Yeah, I'm back again. Going to talk about loneliness and being alone, because it's a bit of an important issue for me at the moment. Um, People always say that you're never alone, as long as you've got family and friends around you. But this technically can't be further from the truth. Now, what I'm trying to say by this is everyone in the world is alone. Um, like I just said, don't get me wrong, you can surround yourself with family, friends, loved ones for pretty much the majority of your life and still be alone. Now, obviously, physically, you're not going to be alone if you surround yourself with that, but you can still be there by yourself rather than. Yeah, I'll explain it a bit more. Um, Basically, through like the trials and tribulations we go through during our lifetime, whether that's down to the likes of being exposed to jealousy, greed, disagreements that are made into a bigger magnitude than they actually are, and even death, we as individuals are always alone. Now, the best we can sort of hope for as a collective and as an individual is to find select group of people to surround ourselves with for our life, that we can confide in, we can love, we can enjoy our time together while we're on this earth. Now, I don't mean this in the sense of like it's the better of the two options where it's an alternative to being alone, because despite that, we are still alone. All that is just a coping mechanism we've installed on ourselves and implemented in our lives as a collective in society, to make this like shitstorm of a existence a bit more endurable. Um, I might be overthinking this a little bit more than I should be, because I'm feeling a bit woeful and a bit miserable. Or I might just be thinking about this in the bigger sense of a picture. Um, Mainly because, like, obviously I've banged on for the last couple of videos where I've said, like, oh, but I'm going through some shit. Now, people have been saying to me, oh, you'll be fine, you know, you've got your family, you've got your friends there, you're not alone. But in the reality, that doesn't necessarily make it any better or any easier. Because me personally, for the first, I'd say, when it all kicked off, I'd say about the first 4 weeks, I've never felt more alone in my life. But then it got me, like, obviously now, it's got me thinking, like, people are saying, like, oh, I'm lonely, or if they break up with someone, it's like, oh, I miss that person. And I'm thinking, like, over this last, well, maybe 2 months now, I thought to myself, like, so fucking what? So what if you're lonely? Or you miss that person? Because this is the thing, with surrounding yourself with the individuals that you can confide in and all that, you create that dependence then on that person or that group of people, whether it might be a partner or your friends. But when that dependence is broken due to either you breaking it or the other person breaking it, people fear being alone. Like, it's a bad thing. That's the thing. Society makes you think that it's a bad thing. Oh, you're lonely. You're distant. You're that. Being alone's not something to fear. If anything, you should embrace it a little bit now and again. Even in a relationship, you should always value that solitude of being on your own for a little bit. I know it's a bit harder when you're in a relationship. But the thing is, prime example, if you're with someone for a long time and either you split up or you've been together that long that someone unfortunately passes away, you were an individual before you met that person, so you're going to be an individual after that person's gone. Now, that's not to say like you don't need anyone, because everyone's got that, the need to want someone and want to be there for someone and vice versa. It's called love. Do you know what I mean? It happens. But what people shouldn't be doing is thinking, oh, I'm alone, I've got to get in that relationship again, or I've got to get in someone else. It's like, no, take your time, be yourself, be alone, embrace it, because at the end of the day, some of the greatest things that have happened in our lifetimes, in a spiritual sense, have been done alone. Pilgrimages, prime example. You don't see pilgrims going off and having like some spiritual guidance with Billy Bob and Shadden and all that nonsense behind them as well, give them a bit of a backing. They go on their own to these places of spiritualism and of great value to them, to finances for themselves, and then obviously spread their word and stuff like that. But basically, I'm off a little bit here. But what I'm trying to say is, being alone's nothing to be feared. If it's part of life, you come into this world alone, and you'll be going out this world alone. So it shouldn't be feared. Embrace it. Don't get me wrong, if you can find someone along the way to share your life with, then brilliant. But don't fear losing that person. If anything, if they want to walk away, who gives a fuck? Or if you want to walk away, then that's the best thing for you. So embrace being alone. Alone's not a death sentence or like, you know, something to fear. It's literally just part of life. It is life. You're alone right the way through your life. You just happen to have people there with you. The only other time that you can say that you're not alone is with family. But speaking of family in that sense, you mightn't even like your family. Your family mightn't like you. You might just drift apart, or there's something to go on. Like I mentioned before about the trials and tribulations you go through in life. Your family might not disagree with certain things that you want to do, or your lifestyle, or whatever else. Prime example of that is like if you're gay and you come from like a religious family and stuff, and you go off one and say like, no, you're ashamed of you and all this nonsense, which is a load of bollocks, by the way. But even then, like, you could still have a family unit and still feel alone. So basically, be happy on your own as well, but don't fear embracing someone. But it is just a coping mechanism, because you are alone regardless. So yeah, a little bit of a miserable fucking video, but still, yeah, embrace being alone.